Welcome back to BeamNG Drive Career Mode. In this episode, we're going to be talking all about parcel delivery. In fact, I'm going to be going over really the three most profitable ways to deliver cargo in this game. As you can see, I have the MD series with me, which is right now probably the best truck for cargo delivery, or car for that matter, as you can fit a lot of cargo boxes inside. As you can see, there is 12 in here, and yeah, I'm going to be going over the three best routes for actually delivering these parcels, right? Purely parcel delivery. These are the three most efficient routes to earn the most money with also the least driving involved. Well, there's still going to be a lot of driving, of course, right? Anyways, these three routes are number one, cars, number two, these three routes are number one, car-related businesses, number two, non-car related businesses, and number three, extra large cargo. I'm going to be going over all of these. I'm going to be doing all of them as well, so we can compare the profits, the pros, and the cons. You should be able to find them with the timestamps down in the description below if you're looking for a specific one or you want to skip over to the next one. But anyways, without further ado, let's get right in. So I'm going to be starting off with car-related businesses. And now the reason I have split these into categories is because different locations offer different types of cargo. When you sort these, it's way more efficient to visit a specific type of location than to just randomly go everywhere and pick up anything. And so I also have a specific order in which I'm going to go through all of these locations. For all of these though, I am going to be starting off over at the Shuffleboard Logistics Garage, which is simply where you can spawn in your car, making it arguably the most efficient place to start. Anyways, one of the good things about this route is that you need relatively small amount of cargo space. Obviously, I still have a lot with me because it's useful, but this is the route I always ran in the beginning. You know, when you don't have a lot of cargo space yet, if you have a smaller van with a lot less cargo boxes, then this can still be an incredibly profitable route. That is because you're constantly picking up as well as dropping off items. The transports are all a lot more spread out, and you'll notice that you're dropping off items at basically every location together with picking them up, which isn't the same for all of these routes I'm going to show you. For the rest, this route also definitely has pretty high earning potential. However, I would say that this is probably also the longest route I'm going to show you guys today. So here we have the car-related businesses route. Basically over here I have laid out all of the locations you want to stop at. Keep in mind that some of these locations contain multiple stops, so to say. Otherwise it was all going to get a little bit complicated. Of course, turn these routes into literally anything you want. The point of the game is to have fun. Do that in whichever way you wish to do so. Anyways, I've got the order and stuff on the left hand side over here, and basically when you're running this route it's kind of self-explanatory, but keep in mind the locations that you're going to, and at every single one of the stops you want to pick up parcels to the locations that are still to come, right? So if you're at the industrial warehouse, which is stop 6, if you're following this exact route, then you don't want to at that stop pick up something for the exhaust shop, because you're not coming back there. Of course, as I said, turn this into anything you like. Feel free to screenshot this, whatever, I don't care. Anyways, without further ado, let's let the time lapse run. So with that route complete, we made around 4,500 bucks, which is definitely some pretty nice profit. One thing I kind of didn't say is, of course, feel free to tow trailers with that as well. As you can see on this truck, I do also have a hitch, so I can tow trailers with this and earn a little bit extra money. That can definitely earn you around 1,000 extra bucks per route if you get lucky with the locations you need to drop them off at. However, you can't actually do that with all routes, because for the next one I'm going to do, I'm going to take a trailer with me. That's right, for this next route, I'm going to be utilizing a trailer. Let's see if I can hook up to it first try over here. Obviously, I'm lifted, so the trailer is going to be a little slanted, but that's fine. Anyways, this is a trailer right over here. It's a widened, extended, basic cargo trailer. The reason I have this trailer and not the other one is because, as you can see, it has a ramp, and so I can transport cars with it as well. If you want to see me do that, check out the previous episode, which is going to be in the description. Anyways, as you can see, I have some extra cargo boxes in here. I'm not 100% sure yet if I'm going to need these, but it is definitely useful to have them with me, right? And if you're in a vehicle that happens to have, well, less cargo capacity than mine, then a trailer like this, or a similar one that can give you some extra capacity, is definitely something useful to think about. For right now, I'm going to be doing what I just called the all other businesses route. So I'd say the pros of this route are that it does definitely have a decently high earning potential, together with the fact that it's not a very long one. It gets you from start to end quite fast, and a great thing about this one is that if you ever want to expand this a little or take more or less, well, then this route has great opportunity to do so. One of the less fortunate things is the fact that you're going to be basically picking up all your cargo first, and then with a full truck, you're going to be dropping it off bit by bit as well, in contrary to the route I did earlier. That's also the reason why I might need so much cargo space. So for this route, once again, I'm going to assume you're starting off in the same place, and then you go over here, then to the industrial warehouse, of course, and then to Spearleaf, and at that point, basically, you have picked up everything you're going to pick up, unless you, well, go to the industrial warehouse on your way back as well. After that, you're basically only dropping things off, which means that, as I wrote down here, it's a great idea that if you have some extra cargo space, maybe be AFK for a minute or 5 over here at the Spearleaf Marine Logistics, so that you can fill your truck up or your van or whatever up completely and thus maximize your profit. Anyways, I have an A over here as well. Basically, this is an optional thing you can do. I guess that makes it sound like the rest of these are mandatory. Of course not, but you can do this route. This route is basically as good as it is with the offices as without. You're not losing out on a whole bunch if you don't do them. Except if you're doing the route anyways, then picking up the offices on your way is definitely not a bad idea, if you want to earn some money, of course. For the rest, as you see, this route does have quite a large amount of stops. They're all written down over here, of course, and I didn't say this last time, but it should be pretty self-explanatory too, that if you're looking for a specific location, then of course you can just route your map to there. Anyways, let's run the time lapse. And so here we are, I have completed this route. We made around 200 bucks less than from the other one, 4,300, which is still definitely pretty decent. As for, well, use of cargo space, I never even filled up half, so it's safe to say I didn't need the trailer, which is currently right over there. As you can see, it was skinned a little. As in I ripped off the body, and at some point I lost the wheels too. I have no idea when that happened. I'd swear it had wheels, but oh well. Anyways, I had to dump it either way because I had to get into the turbo burger, which was a little difficult. Also, this route is not built for big vehicles. I tried to go through the diner drive-through and I got a little stuck, so that was unfortunate. Anyways, overall pretty cool route. As you guys did see, I did actually do the office run, so I did potentially make a bit more than if I wouldn't have gone past the offices. One little trick you can actually use to earn a lot more from this route is to stay a little longer at the Spearleaf Logistics, which is the furthest away, meaning that the cargo you pick up from there pays you a lot more than the cargo from anywhere else, right? And so what you could do is go over there, pick up some cargo as you would, pick it up, maybe wait 5 minutes, and then just go through again. You know, you can just leave the game running for 5 minutes, go ahead, do something else, do your maths homework for once, and then, you know, go through it again, because all the cargo will have been refreshed and it will have been put back, and that can earn you a lot more money if you have the cargo space. As I said, today I had absolutely zero issues with cargo space for this route, so really it shouldn't be an issue. But, of course, if you have a smaller vehicle, then cargo space can be very valuable. Anyways, for the next route, oh my god. I think I'm going to have to repair this guy a little first. Now, route number 3. We are going to be focusing on large parcels. Now, for this one, we are definitely going to need the trailer. That's because we're focusing on the parcels that are all 128 in size, meaning only one of them fits inside each cargo box. So without the trailer, I could carry a maximum of 12 parcels at once, right? Which obviously isn't ideal. Now, probably the best thing about this route is the fact that it definitely has the highest earning potential. These 128 sized packages can earn you up to $1,000 to $2,000 per package, which is obviously insane. But then the downside is, of course, is that it requires a lot of storage space. As you can see, I have this entire setup over here, and there is a chance that this might not even be enough to be able to pick up all the packages. Anyways, one other thing you need to keep in mind is that this one is pretty inconsistent. It really just depends on what packages are there. Sometimes some locations don't have packages at all, and sometimes you get lucky and they have 3 packages all giving you 2,000 bucks. So an advice I can give for this route, because of the, well, possibility of some locations having a lot of goodies and others having absolutely none, you want to go into the map, go on this icon over here, which will show you locations that have deliveries, and we'll cycle through all the ones on this route. So this one at Shuffleboard Logistics is probably the first one we want to go to. However, as you can see, there are 0 items available here, meaning that I can drive over here, but I'll know that there isn't a single parcel. So I can just go ahead and skip that already. Then at the Seal Brick, we have 9 items, which is fantastic, and so we'll head right over there. Finally, for the large cargo, this one is a little bit different because really the route is quite unique every single time depending on what cargo you pick up. Either way, you're going to be starting off at the same place and just going through here basically, and because you're going to be picking up relatively low amount of parcels but still earning a lot of money, you're not going to have parcels to all 5 of these locations every single time. By the way, these are the 5 main locations you're going to be picking stuff up for if you're going for 128 sized parcels. Then of course, as you head back from 5 down over the bridge over here, don't go over to C if you don't specifically have something to drop off at, in this case, Hot Rolled. These locations I have marked with the letters are locations that often don't actually have cargo for you to pick up, and so the only reason to visit them would be if you picked up cargo at number 4 or 5 or 3, 6, or 2 for that matter to actually drop off here. Otherwise, there isn't really a reason in going there. For the rest, once again, to maximize profit, you can totally ping a few times between 4 and 5 over here, bringing stuff from 4 to 5, 5 to 4, picking up more things as you go just to maximize your profits. And of course, turn this into whatever you like, really. With that being said, let's go ahead and deliver. Alright, the route has now been completed and we made a whopping $18,000 from that, which is obviously pretty insane. Anyways, I'll right away, I guess, address this little bit of damage over here. So basically, what happened was I didn't even damage this thing, or I barely did, and then I slightly crashed into a pole. I hit it very softly. I promise that's not, like, I'm not trying to cover up here. And then the hood released itself, and from first person view, this thing was just completely undrivable because I couldn't see anything, and from third person view, you can't see anything either. Then what happened is I tried to remove the hood, obviously, which you can't just do, and eventually I got it removed, but I damaged this thing a whole lot in the process. But oh well, too bad, I guess. I at least made it drivable again, and I was able to complete the route. As for the route itself, this definitely did take me the longest, and it definitely did also take the most cargo space. I think I just did actually tap into the amount of space in the trailer. I didn't fill it up for 100%, but trust me, I was really close. So as expected, this route is definitely the most profitable, but then you do actually need to have enough cargo space accessible for you to be able to drive this. But overall, a really good route then. Now I've decided to add this, I guess, bonus route. As you can see, I'm in my car here, and I've got a few boxes in the trunk. Realistically, I'm barely even able to take anything with me, and that would probably be the con of this route, but that's also why I can use this car. It's because I don't really need to be able to take much. So this route, I suppose you can do it with very little cargo space, except, as you could have probably guessed, it's not really going to earn you much of anything. So here's the premise of this route. You head to a location like the diner, the Green Pier restaurant, or in this case, I suppose the Turbo Burger, since I was nice and close to that one. I forgot that the spot where you pick up the meals is over here. Anyways, you park, and then you check the parcel deliveries. In theory, for all these parcels, you're actually going to earn quite a bit relative to how little you probably should earn, because as you can see, they're all timed, but because they are time sensitive, you're going to earn a little bit more. Obviously, if I were to take all of these, I wouldn't even earn 200 bucks, but it's fun to do. Also, I have 28 cargo slots, so I really can't take much of anything. Now, say I were to take all of these, I wouldn't even be able to complete it in time, and I'd just get penalized for that. And now that's finished. Fantastic. That was basically all the routes I was trying to show you guys today. There's really not much more to this than this. Also, of course, do whatever you want. The purpose of the game is to have fun, and really this video kind of contradicts that because it was showing you the ways to make the most money. Although, to me, of course, money is directly equal to fun, but oh well. I hope you guys at least somewhat enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, make sure to subscribe and do all that stuff. This is part of a running series of BeamNG Drive career mode, so I have a bunch more content on this, of course, and there is going to be more content coming in the future as well. For right now, though, that was basically that. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I do, of course, hope to see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.